Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and feelings and overall reaction to the first amazing season of one of my most anticipated shows of the year, which finally dropped today on Netflix. I think you know where I'm going. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I just got done binging it and it was so much fun and such a great watch. Wow, what a show. In order to properly prepare, I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts today. Dogson, we've got Dogson here! Oh man, this has been a rough year for so many reasons for so many of us. But one of the few good things about this year is that we still got this show that was promised to us last summer when they said it would drop in 2020. And fortunately, it seemed to have wrapped production before COVID shut everything down. So I am so thrilled that this is one of the few good things that 2020 gave us. Oh man, what a show. Before I start gushing and talking too long and too much about it, please be warned, I will be discussing big spoilers, plot details, character secrets, and all that jazz. So if you have just started watching Camp Cretaceous and you're not finished with it yet, for God's sake, don't keep watching or listening because I'm about to spill the beans on some very big WTF moments. So you have been warned. That being said, let's jump right into it. First and foremost, I absolutely love the fact that despite this being an animated show clearly made for kids, they are able to keep the same level of horror, danger, extreme hazards, and risks that all characters in this franchise are prone to when dealing with dinosaurs run amok. And the best part is that the majority of the cast is children, middle school aged kids. And kids play a big part in the Jurassic franchise. And now we have a series that's dedicated specifically to child characters, because most of our main characters have been adults since the beginning of this series, going back to the first and best movie in 1993. But now we have a whole series dedicated to kids and how kids deal with an unprecedented crisis, which in retrospect could have been prevented if they hadn't messed with dino DNA in the first place, but oh well. Oh, what a great show. Like I said, it had the same level of danger, terror, and horror, and overall risks characters are exposed to in this franchise, in this world. And it was all done through an animated children's TV show, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. There were a couple of weak spots for me. Like in the beginning, I really didn't care for Ben or Kenji, but they both proved to be much more likable characters by the end of the first season, so they just had to go through a little growth and a little danger, and, they finally became more likable. Hell, I'm surprised they took a dark turn when I thought they had killed Ben when the pterosaur carried him off, or when he fell out of the monorail. But fortunately, as we saw right before the credits rolled in the season 1 finale, both Bumpy and Ben are alive, and frankly, I'm more relieved about Bumpy than I am Ben. But hey, they're both alive, but obviously in a very dangerous state. I also love the fact that the primary antagonist for this show was the Carnosaurus or the Carnotaur, because obviously the show almost syncs perfectly with the events of the first Jurassic World movie. So we only got a limited amount of time with the Indominus Rex, which I completely understand, because this show was happening during the events of the first Jurassic World movie, and I completely respect and get that. I was a little bummed we didn't technically see the T-Rex, but we did get that awesome opening scene when it was clearly a video game, but still it was the T-Rex nonetheless. At least Blue had a couple of appearances throughout the show, and hopefully, God willing, we get a second season, Blue will have a bigger, more prominent part to play in the second season, but only time will tell. But man, did I enjoy this show. Like I said, it's like they took the essence of the franchise, all the stuff I mentioned earlier, and threw it into an animated kids show, and it worked great. At least I thought it did, in my opinion. Such a fun show, and I'm really, really glad that we got to enjoy it. It pretty much has satisfied whatever expectations I had for it. You know, I wanted to see some great dinosaur action and some kids in danger and life or death situations, and I think this show delivered on that. And I hope we see more of it in a second season if we get one. No word of that, no word as to when we may get that, but hopefully, depending on the success and reception of this first season, maybe in a month or two, we'll get a season 2 renewal. I certainly hope so. Great job to everybody involved, the voiceover actors, the cast and crew. That was such a fun watch and such a refreshing entry to the franchise. You know, very centered around children who are normally supporting or secondary characters in this series, and now they get to be the main characters, and we get to see an adventure entirely centered around them, while keeping and maintaining what makes this franchise so great: the wonder, the terror, the fear, the risks, everything that makes these movies so enjoyable and engaging. And now it's in an animated kids show, and it's just as good. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching my season review of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. What did you think of this first season? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 1 is now streaming, all 8 episodes on Netflix. Go and watch it again. I'm about to. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Stay safe, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.